Hey guys, this is G-Man, and I'm going to show you my latest and greatest portable. This time it's a GameCube portable, and I just finished this 2 days ago, and I really like it. So, as you can see, it's in a Game Boy case. This is an original Game Boy case that I modified to hold a GameCube, and it's got a 3.5-inch screen, just like the rest of my portables. It has the B, X, and Y buttons are all original GameCube, but the A button is an NES A button. And then the two analog sticks are 3DS sliders with replacement PSP caps on top. And this is the D-pad. It's a four-way tack switch with a PSP analog cap on top of it. And then right here, that's the start button. And then right here, these are the volume adjustment buttons. On the left, it's volume up, and on the right, it's volume down. And I kind of messed up on audio a bit. I didn't include any holes for the audio to escape, so the sound is kind of a little faint, but it doesn't really bother me that much because you don't really need sound that much depending on what game you're playing. But you can still hear it if there's no background noise. And then yeah, I just put a Game Boy cartridge right there. It's Pac-Man. It doesn't really do anything. It's just there for looks. I think it looks nice. And then right there in the game there's a switch right here, and that's the wiki switch. And then of course there's SD card slot. The SD card gets inserted upside down. So then on the back there's a fan hole right there where it sucks the air in and it blows the air out through these holes right there. And then I didn't really have room in here for full analog shoulder buttons, so I just have these three buttons right here. This is the right shoulder button, the left shoulder button, that's the Z button. And the GameCube shoulder buttons are analog, so like for racing games, the more you like pull the trigger, it'll go faster. But I didn't have room for that, so one press of these buttons is the full press. It doesn't affect gameplay that much, but if you're playing Super Mario Sunshine, it's hard to play that game because when you press this, you'll have to stand and shoot water. Then if you had the normal GameCube controller, you could run and shoot water. So it's really hard to play that game. But besides that, it doesn't affect that many games. And then on the side, there's a switch right here. This is the disc open, disc close switch. This is really just used for multi-game discs on the Wiki Fusion. And then it's just held together by 4 screws. And also, I didn't have enough room for batteries in here because, as you can see, it's a really small. And just for a size comparison, I had this PSP case because this GameCube portable was originally going to be in a PSP case, but I changed my mind. So it's pretty much the same size as a PSP, just a little bigger, except of course thicker. So that's size comparison. And so it runs off, you have to plug it in the wall, and there's the original GameCube power plug right there, so you can plug it in. And there's no on and off button. It just turns on the second you apply power to it. And yeah, as you can see, there's no disk drive on the back. You play the games off an SD card because it has a mod chip in there called the Wiki Fusion, which is a really awesome mod chip. It just really challenging to install. And I must have broke like 6 Wiki Fusions before getting it to work. And I broke like 4 GameCubes. So this was a tough project, but I finally got it done. There's a familiar GameCube logo. And this does have a memory card in there. On slide A, I already got some games saved on here. Yeah. And then it has a BIOS battery in there, so that way it can say the date and time. I never set the time. As you can see, it still says the year 2000. But I don't really care about the time. But if you're playing like Animal Crossing, I heard that you need the BIOS battery for that because it needs the exact time. So if you don't know how the Wiki Fusion works, basically it'll switch between please insert a disk and reading disk. And when that happens, you just have to press the wiki loading button. It'll say reading disk, and then it'll say GameCube Linux, and then you press start. And then it'll go to the Wiki Fusion menu, and I've got my games on here. And if you take out the SD card, obviously there's no games. So I'm just gonna play Mario Kart. It's a good game. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the audio, but I can hear it fine, but it's still quiet. And also, the what's great about the shoulder buttons is that it keeps your fingers away from the fan, because if you cover it, the fan starts backing up and it'll get really loud. So that's not good. And I put the buttons where your fingers naturally lie when you hold it, so it's not like that uncomfortable. It works pretty well. Yeah, as you can probably hear, the as a fan in there, which is the humming noise in the background, and the fan is pretty loud. I mean, like, it probably sounds louder on the camera, but it's not that bad. But it is kind of loud, which is kind of annoying. But you get over it when you play it, because the GameCube gets pretty hot, so you really need a fan in there to cool it down. And to show the shoulder buttons to work, you can do the gliding on here just fine by just pressing the shoulder buttons. See, you can glide right there. I'm not paying attention. Alright, now I'll show a different game. I'm gonna show Super Smash Bros. Yeah, so a lot of the previous GameCube portables that use 3DS sliders, 3DS sliders aren't really meant to work with the GameCube controller, obviously, but so for all the previous GameCube portables, they there's a little like drift on the analog stick. It's not completely center, but that is not true for this GameCube portable, because I see how whenever you push it, it goes directly to center, and the analog stick works really well. Like, it doesn't drift and stuff, and that happens because like normally all the other GameCube ports they use 3DS sliders, they'll be like drifting when you're not even pressing it, so it's really annoying. But this one, a modder named RDC, he made a really awesome microchip that makes the 3DS sliders work really well with the GameCube controller, so that way there's no drift. And yeah, and I included that in there, and I'm really glad I did, because it works really well. Now I'm really bad at this game, so I'm probably gonna get my butt kicked. Whoops, that is embarrassing. Oh, there I am. I thought I fell off the edge already. Alright. This map is really annoying. Come back here. Alright, I'm not good at this game. I don't want to play it. Alright, well, yep, that's pretty much my GameCube portable. It's works really well. I love it, and this GameCube portable is gonna be for sale, just because I don't know. I like to sell my portables, and so I can make more of them with the money I earn. So I want to try to sell this for around $600. So if you're interested, you can message me, and I'll accept offers. Not interested in trades though. So that's done with that. Also coming soon, I'm also working on another GameCube portable. This is the case for it, and as you can see, it looks just like I designed it to be like a Wii U case. And my friend Chris Downing, he vacuum formed this, and he cut this out with a CNC machine, and he did a really nice job. I just painted some glossy white on it, so it looks really nice. And this is going to be done soon. These are the GameCube player ports, so it's going to have multiplayer supported. And this is probably going to be done soon, I hope. And also, this is the back. Unlike my other GameCube portal I just finished, this one is not going to have a wiki fusion. The buyer wants a disc, so this is going to use the original disc, and I've Franken-cased that in there. These are the shoulder buttons, fan hole, and then other speaker holes and stuff. So this is going to be done soon. Yep, that's pretty much all. Thanks for watching.